A few years ago, almost nobody outside the Philippines believed a Filipino boy group could compete on the global stage. Today, that belief has completely collapsed. SB19 is breaking Billboard records, selling out massive arenas, dominating social media, attracting international industry attention, and building one of the most loyal fan communities in music. But here's the most surprising part. Their rise wasn't powered by a billion-dollar entertainment company or a global music empire. So how did 5 Filipino artists build a movement the world can no longer ignore? If you enjoy stories about SB19, global music, and the artists changing the industry, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and join us for more powerful documentaries. For years, SB19 carried a challenge that most international artists never had to face. Before proving they belonged on the global stage, they first had to convince the world that Filipino pop music deserved to be taken seriously. That wasn't easy. The global music industry was already dominated by Western pop and the unstoppable rise of K-pop. Compared to those giants, Ppop was often seen as a small regional genre with little influence outside Southeast Asia. Even as SB19 continued releasing successful songs and building a loyal fan base, many people remained skeptical. Could a Filipino group really compete with artists backed by billion-dollar industries? Could they build an audience beyond their home country? For a long time, nobody had a clear answer. Then something changed. It wasn't one performance, it wasn't one viral video, and it definitely wasn't one lucky hit. It was years of consistent growth that slowly became impossible to ignore. International streams kept increasing. Their fan base expanded into new countries. Major music publications started paying attention. Industry professionals began noticing their numbers. By 2025 and 2026, the conversation had completely changed. SB19 was no longer being introduced as a promising Filipino act. They were being recognized as a legitimate global music force. That shift meant everything, because this wasn't just a story about popularity. It was a story about credibility. The world stopped focusing on where SB19 came from and started paying attention to what they were achieving. And that changed everything. Every successful artist has fans. But SB19 has something much bigger. They have 18. What makes 18 different isn't just their passion. It's their organization. They don't simply celebrate new releases. They help create them. Streaming campaigns are carefully coordinated. Social media trends are pushed across multiple platforms. Chart performances are supported from different countries. Every comeback becomes a worldwide mission. The biggest difference is consistency. Many fandoms become active only when new music is released. 18 stays active all year. They're constantly introducing new listeners to SB19, promoting their music, and supporting every milestone the group achieves. That level of dedication has become impossible for the industry to ignore. Record labels, concert promoters, and media outlets all understand one thing. A strong fandom can completely change an artist's career. In many ways, 18 has become a global marketing team driven entirely by passion instead of paychecks. Most artists rely on massive promotional budgets. SB19 has millions of people who genuinely believe they're helping make history. Every global breakthrough begins with a defining moment. For SB19, that moment was Gento. Calling it just another hit would be an understatement. Gento became a global phenomenon. The song exploded across social media. Dance challenges appeared everywhere. Reaction channels multiplied. Millions of people who had never heard of Ppop suddenly discovered SB19 for the first time. One question started appearing over and over again. Who are these guys? For many artists, one viral song becomes their biggest achievement. For SB19, it became only the beginning. Instead of letting the momentum disappear, they followed it with stronger releases that proved Gento wasn't a lucky accident. Songs like Damn and Vibe showcased their versatility, artistic growth, and ability to compete in today's global music landscape. More importantly, they proved something many critics refuse to believe. SB19 wasn't built around one successful song. They were building a career. Perhaps the most impressive part of their journey is that they never abandoned their identity to reach a global audience. They didn't copy Western pop. They didn't imitate K-pop. Instead, they refined their own sound and trusted their own vision. That authenticity became their greatest strength, because audiences can recognize something real. And the more people discovered SB19, the more they realized they weren't watching artists trying to fit into the global industry. They were watching artists determined to change it. The music industry loves stories, but charts only care about results. That's exactly why Billboard became one of the biggest turning points in SB19's journey. Opinions can be debated, numbers cannot. Every Billboard appearance became proof that listeners around the world weren't just curious about SB19, they were actively choosing their music. That changed everything. Promoters started noticing the demand. Media outlets began paying closer attention. Industry insiders who once overlooked Ppop suddenly found themselves discussing SB19's achievements. The group was no longer being judged by potential. They were being judged by performance. And for Filipino artists, those milestones meant something even bigger. Every new chart achievement challenged decades of assumptions about how far Philippine music could go. Billboard wasn't just another accomplishment, it was validation. It proved that SB19 had stepped into one of the most competitive music markets in the world, and they belonged there. But online success can only tell part of the story. Social media trends come and go. Viral songs disappear. Concerts reveal the truth. Because buying a ticket requires something far more valuable than simply pressing play. It requires commitment. People spend money. They travel long distances. They dedicate their time just to experience an artist's love. That's why SB19's Simula at Waka's World Tour became one of the strongest proofs of their global influence. Fans didn't just stream their music, they showed up. Venues filled with thousands of people singing every word. Massive performances, including historic shows at the Philippine Arena, proved the incredible support they had at home. But the international stops told an even bigger story. Their audience wasn't limited to the Philippines anymore. It had become global. This is where hype turns into reality. Real influence isn't measured by views alone. It's measured by how many people are willing to become part of the experience. SB19 proved they could do both. One of the biggest misconceptions about SB19 is that their success happened overnight. It didn't. Behind every record, every sold-out show, and every milestone are years of discipline, sacrifice, and constant improvement. While many artists chase viral moments, SB19 focused on building something that could last. That decision is becoming more valuable every year. Instead of rushing from one trend to another, They carefully expanded into new markets, strengthened their fan communities, and continued improving their music and performances. Every move served a bigger vision. Rather than chasing quick fame, they built long-term trust. That patience is now paying off. Their audience continues to grow. Their reputation continues to strengthen. And their place in the global music conversation looks more secure than ever. But perhaps the boldest decision they ever made was betting on themselves. Many artists dream of having complete creative freedom. Very few are willing to accept the risks that come with it. SB19 did. Choosing greater independence meant taking full responsibility for their future. There were no guarantees, no giant company to absorb mistakes. Every decision carried more pressure, but it also gave them something priceless: control. Control over their music, their image, their brand, and ultimately, their own story. That authenticity helped them build a stronger connection with fans while earning growing respect across the international music industry. Today, global platforms, overseas media, concert organizers, and industry executives are paying closer attention than ever before. The opportunities keep getting bigger. International collaborations, major festival appearances, global partnerships. Doors that once seemed impossible are finally beginning to open. Because global success isn't just about talent, it's also about access. And after years of proving themselves, SB19 has earned that access. But perhaps their greatest achievement isn't about charts, awards, or sold-out arenas. It's about changing what's possible. Their success extends far beyond the 5 members standing on stage. Every barrier they break creates new opportunities for the next generation of Filipino artists. For years, many talented musicians believed international recognition was almost impossible. SB19 challenged that belief. They proved that global dreams don't have to stay dreams. Sometimes, all it takes is one group willing to refuse every limitation placed in front of them. That's why SB19's story feels bigger than music. It's about belief. It's about resilience. It's about proving that where you come from should never determine how far you can go. 5 artists, 1 vision, millions of supporters, and a movement that continues to grow with every new achievement. SB19 didn't just change the conversation around Ppop. They're helping rewrite the future of Filipino music itself. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with fellow Atin, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories in music. Now it's your turn. What SB19 topic should we cover next? Should we break down their biggest Billboard achievements, explore the story behind Gento, dive into the rise of Atin, or uncover another hidden chapter of SB19's journey? Leave your suggestion in the comments. You might inspire our next documentary.